Of course, as soon as I sit down to finally film this video, the trash truck is right outside, so give me a second. Okay, hopefully that is far away enough that you can't hear it anymore. But hello, welcome to my December TBR Bakery TBR. I am really excited to film this. I haven't filmed like an actual sit down video since I filmed November's TBR Bakery TBR. So if you don't know, if you're new to my channel, if you haven't seen, all month in November, like the entire month of November, I've uploaded a short pretty much every single day for a challenge that I was doing. I was doing a reading 30 minutes a day every day in the month of November challenge, and the goal was to read 30 minutes a day every day in the month of November. But in uploading a short every day in the month of November, I just kind of lost the whole rhythm of trying to upload regular videos. Like, I kind of was like, oh, I uploaded a short, that's fine, I don't need to upload a real video. They're just so easy. You film them and you put them up and you forget about it. One a day, it was great. But I am ready to get back into my longer form content. That was kind of a 1 month thing for now. I might bring it up again or like redo it again in the future, but for now I am back to long form content for the month of December, and like I said, I am so excited. For the month of December, it is of course Christmas month. I love reading Christmas books. It is the last month for my current Reader on Haul challenge, and I just have some big books that I've been working on, so it's going to be an interesting month. I'm going to do something a little different with this video. I'm going to go over my priority TBR, and then I'm going to do the rolls, and then I will try to fit books in where I can today while I'm doing this. Usually I film the rolls on a different day, and then I pick my TBR and I come back and I sit and I talk through all the books and then I put it all together. This month we're doing it a little bit different, so hopefully this works out okay. But first things first, we have a big fat giant elephant in the room. Well, it's not really an elephant in the room. If you watched my November TBR video, you might remember that I said this. My end spot was to take a punishment if I didn't finish the books from my October TBR, and I am happy to say that I do not need to take a punishment. I have finished pretty much my entire TBR. The only one that I have left is The Love Hypothesis, but I have already started it, and it seems to be a quick read, so I might not finish it by the end of the month, but I am definitely going to be a decent way through it before then. So that's that, no punishment. So here's the thing. If you consider 24 pages as decent progress, then yes, I made decent progress in The Love Hypothesis before the end of October. But if you don't consider 24 pages decent progress, I actually did not succeed in finishing my October TBR. So I read 24 pages. I have a rule for myself that says I have to read at least 50 pages if I really want it to count. So normally it doesn't matter because I don't normally do punishments, but I do have that card. So if I pick that card, I do have to do a punishment. So because 24 pages is not my idea of decent progress in a book, I did, by the way, finish The Love Hypothesis, but I finished it in November, so that doesn't count. I have the mug of chastisement here, and we are going to pick a punishment for December. This seems fair because I'm a big lying liar head that lied to you out of my big liar hole when I said that I was going to make decent progress on that book and I didn't. So we're going to do a punishment in December. Even though I already have a lot of stuff that I want to read, a lot of big books I want to read, a lot of holiday books I want to read, we're still going to do it because it seems like the honorable thing to do. Okay, so here we go. This is my mug of chastisement. My mother got me and my siblings all these mugs that say call your mother on them. Yeah, so here we go. I don't remember if I put the last one that I pulled out back in, but I don't know. We'll just see. I'm going to go with this one. And let's see what I get. Some of these have to do with gameplay. Some of them have to do with books that I choose. So let's just see what I get. You can know before I do. What does it say? Is it upside down? It's upside down. What does this say? Read longest book on physical TBR, and that is The Tale of Genji. Really? I think this is probably the worst thing I could have picked out of the Mug of Chastisement for this month because of all the reasons that I just gave. I have a ton of books that I need to read, a ton of books that I want to read. I want to read Christmas books, and now I have to read The Tale of Genji, which I know is considered a really good book, like whatever, but it was not on my radar anywhere for any reason for the month of December. But okay, that's what we're going with. We're going to read The Tale of Genji, so let's see if we can get that in our game somehow. It really wanted to punish me for the month. So, I guess now that that's out of the way, let's go over my November reads, and then I will go over my priority reads, and then we'll get into the polls. So, for the month of November, if you watched that video again, I realized, oops, sorry, Cooper. I realized after I made that video that, get out of that mug of papers. Cooper. Cooper, can you go sit on the couch? I know I'm in your nap spot. I took your nap spot. I'm sorry. Good boy. Go up, up. Go up, up. Okay, well, he's just gonna do his thing in the background, I guess. If you watched my November TBR, you might have realized before I did say in that video, I realized after, like while I was editing, that I had played my game with 2 dice. I usually only play with 1, and I was sitting there wondering why I kept getting so few books on my TBR. So I only got 3 books on that TBR, but they were very long books. So let's see how I did. I got Malice for a free pick at the end, and I am officially, as of right now, halfway through it. It is November 28th today, so I really don't think I am going to finish it. But considering it took me like 5 months to make it this far, like that's a decent amount of progress to me. I like that. I had The Liar's Not for a Pretty Cover. I honestly didn't even touch this month. It's gonna be a running joke at this point on my channel. Every time it's gonna be on my TBR, I'm just not gonna touch it. And for Steal a Book, I had Iron Flame, and I think I've only read like 30 pages of that. So that doesn't really count either. So luckily I don't have to take a punishment for this TBR, but I have done some other reading, and again, I was doing that challenge, so that kind of made a difference as well in my reading. So that's it for last month. Now let me go over kind of my priority books for the month of December. We will start with my Reader Unhaul books. I had 6 books for my Reader Unhaul challenge. I had The Wolf, Don't Say a Word, Almost to Die For, Taken by Storm, In the Miso Soup, and The Historian. I have only started one of these books. I'm about halfway through Almost to Die For, which is also the smallest one on the stack. So ideally, I would like to get some of these books onto this TBR. Then I have my save from the first Reader Unhaul of the year, like the January to June one. I really didn't want to unhaul this, so I said I would give myself until the end of the year. And I have not yet touched it again, so I've still only read like 25 pages of this. So ideally, I would like to get this on the TBR. And then 2 that are just kind of for fun and that I do want to read with for no other reason than I just want to. I have Love Light Farms, which would be a good Christmas read, and I have The Two Towers, which is the next book in The Lord of the Rings. So these 2 I want to read, so I would like to get them on the TBR just because. This one would fulfill the last prompt that I need for Adventure in Eldia for Magical Readathon, so that would be good. And again, this one is just for fun. So, oh, and the other book, one more. The other book that I want to try to get on this TBR is The Family Game by, I believe it's Catherine Steadman. I'm participating in Allison from Allison on a Book Break. She does these start and stop buddy reads. She's been doing them for a few months now. It's a really fun concept. I will link her down in the description if you want to check it out. It's really fun. This video is already getting long and I haven't even gotten to the game yet. So a really quick overview of what we do is she asks people to recommend books. She puts them on a wheel, spins the wheel. That gives us the book. And then she also asks for random page breaks, not chapters, not whatever, like random numbers, page breaks. And you get to that page, you stop reading, and you have to wait another 24 hours before you're allowed to pick up the book again. So it makes for just like some cliffhangers and some, like, you know, you might want to keep reading but you can't. Like, it builds a little bit of tension in your reading, I guess. It's really fun. So if that sounds like any fun to you, you might want to check out her description of it is much better. I will link her down below. And the one for December is the family game. That's all I know about it. That's all I needed to know. I'm really only reading it because of the Stop and Start Buddy Read. So yeah, those are my priority reads for the month. Let's see if the rolls will be in my favor. So it is quite a bit later. I had to go to an appointment and the sun has gone away. The clouds are kind of rolling in. So the lighting has probably changed. The angle has changed. Everything has changed. But let's just get into this month's TBR Bakery. Okay, roll 1 is a 4. 2, 3, 4. So we have a cake slice. Oh, back to last cake. There is no last cake, so I guess I will just go back to the beginning. And just to be fair, I will pick another one. Steal a book. So our first roll got us a cake slice, and it sent us back to the last cake slice, so just back to the beginning. And then I got steal a book. For this one, I am going to repeat a book from last month, and I'm going to pick up Iron Flame again. I don't think I really need to steal it from any one particular person's TBR because everybody read it last month. I'm sure there are still people that are going to be reading it this month. So I'm going to pick up Iron Flame. Again, I didn't really read that much. I only read like 20 pages or something. So my steal a book will be Iron Flame. Actually, I picked steal a book last month. I picked this for steal a book last month. So that was a repeat prompt. I don't usually put them back in like the next month, but things have been a little chaotic today, so I probably just added everything back in. But okay, so for steal a book, I'm going to be reading Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. Roll number 2 is another 4. Another cake. Can I get just one, please? Just 2, no. Random number physical TBR. Roll 2 got us a... Oh, hi Cooper. Roll 2 got us another cake, and it got us a random number physical TBR. So I have my entire physical TBR in just a sheet on Google. Random number physical TBR is not ideal because that does not help me with my pile of books that I want to read here, but we are gonna work with it. So let me just put in, my spreadsheet is 2 to 160, and we are just going to generate a number, see what we get. I hope you can see this. And it is number 130. So then I'm going to go to my spreadsheet, go to 130, and that is never enough. Okay, I have to go get that. It's downstairs. Give me 1 second. Hi. I thought Cooper wanted to join me for a second. Okay, so this book is Never Enough by Denise Jayden. I bought this a long time ago. It's a young adult book. And it says, Luann's always wanted to be popular and pretty, like her sister Claire. So when Claire's ex-boyfriend starts flirting with her, Luann is willing to do whatever it takes to feel special, even if that means betraying her sister. Hi. 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 I know, I smell like the dentist. But as Loan slips inside Claire's world, she discovers that everything is not as it seems. Claire's quest for perfection is all-consuming and comes at a dangerous price. As Claire increasingly withdraws from her friends and family, Loan struggles to understand her and make amends. Can she heal her relationship and her sister before it's too late? I don't know what this one is all about, but it should be a quick read because it's young adult. An unattainable beauty, a life-threatening secret. From the back of this, it almost seems like it might have something to do with like disordered eating or something. I honestly have no idea. That's just a guess that I'm making. But in any event, it should be a pretty quick read. It's a young adult contemporary. Like I said, I've had it forever. It was probably published in the early 2000s. 2012. So yeah, pretty long ago. But yeah, so that is for my random number physical TBR. Let's go to the next roll. Roll 3 is a 3. And it's a donut. A recent purchase. Ooh, that's a good one. With the next roll, we got a donut and we got most recent, or a recent purchase. And this one is finally starting to go in my favor a little bit. So far, these books have not been on the list of things that I wanted to read, but this one is because it's a recent purchase. And that is Love Light Farms. I just bought this earlier this month, I think, if not the end of last month, maybe. And I'm super excited to get to it. I really wanted to read this last year, but I just couldn't get my hands on a copy. And this year it was a good price on Amazon, so I bought it. So I'm super excited to get to this one. This is just about, I believe it's a girl that owns a Christmas tree farm and she's trying to save it and she has to fake date somebody. Oh, best friend. So it is friends to lovers, fake dating, that kind of thing. I'm super excited for this. Roll 4 is a 2. Oh no, fish cupcake. Let's see how far I'm going back. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are back to a cake slice. And we have gameplay, roll a d8, even number I move forward, odd number I move back, and then I pick that card. Okay, so here is my d8, and let's see. Oh, it's an 8, so that's an even number, and I get to move forward 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I get a coffee break. Okay, that didn't work out so bad at all. Okay, we got a cupcake. It gave us some gameplay. I got to move forward 8 spaces and I landed on a coffee break, so we're just gonna go right into the next roll. Hopper decided to join us with his little snoot right here. Okay, next roll. We are on roll 5. And it is a 6. 6. We got a cupcake. And it is a 5-star prediction. We landed on a cupcake and that was a 5-star prediction. So, I don't have to think about this. I am going to choose The Two Towers, part 2 of The Lord of the Rings. I'm excited to get to this. I'm glad that I could get another book from my actual priority TBR on here. Not one of my reader unhauls yet, but I mean, I'll take what I can get. I am super excited for this. I read the first one in October and really enjoyed it. It was super cozy for me. I said while I was reading The Fellowship of the Ring that there's something very comfortable about going into an epic fantasy already knowing the characters and the world and not having to kind of make it through all of that world building and stuff before you can really get into the story. Like, I went into this already knowing the story, well, not this, but The Fellowship of the Ring, already knowing the story, already being familiar with the characters, and it was just such a good time, and I'm so excited to pick up the second one. Okay, so as you saw, things have shifted a little bit, but we're just gonna finish this up before he comes back in. I threw some treats for him to find, and hopefully that'll hold him off. So, roll number 6. There's a 1, and it's a coffee break. Roll number 7. Oh, it's a 6. 1, 2, 3. End spot is a spinner wheel. Roll 6 got us another coffee break. The sun is coming out again. Please don't mind me if I start squinting. It's very bright in my face. But the next roll got us a coffee break. So we went into our 7th roll and we got our end spot. And for our end spot, we got spinner wheel. So I have my spinner wheel pulled up here, and let's just do a spin and see what we get. Really? Okay, so we got big book, just what I need this month, but I guess this would be a responsible place to put in The Tale of Genji. This is a very chunky book. It is over 1,000 pages. It looks like it ends on page 1120. 1,120 pages! I don't think I can read this whole book in 1 month, so this is gonna be, well, I mean, the punishment doesn't necessarily mean it has to be read in 1 month, but I think I'm gonna be working on this one for a while, so yeah, wish me luck. Oh man. Okay, well, I guess before I wrap up this video and we go over what I got for TBR Bakery, let's talk about what I didn't get for TBR Bakery. And that is any of my reader unhaul books. So these might all be going bye-bye, unless I can squeeze them in somehow. So that's not great. I also do want to finish the books that I was supposed to read this month. These are 2 very chunky books, so I don't know if these are gonna fit in there, but those are also on my want to read list. But as for my actual TBR Bakery TBR, we have Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers for a 5-star prediction. We have Love Light Farms for a recent purchase. We have Never Enough for a random number physical TBR pick. We have Iron Flame for Steal a Book. And we have The Tale of Genji for our end spot. That was a spinner wheel, and it chose Big Book. So this is my official TBR Bakery TBR. Let me know if you've read any of these books, especially this one. Please let me know that it's worth 1,100 pages. I know this is a good book. I know it's a classic, but I just don't know if December is the month that I would have chosen to read it. But yeah. That is going to do it for December TBR Bakery. This is my official TBR Bakery TBR, but really I feel like it's going to be just like a pile of possibilities, and I feel like holiday reading is going to take the forefront for the month of December because I am a very like holiday mood reader type of person. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Let me know again what you're planning on reading in December, what you're excited for, and also just like how your reading year went, because this is approaching the end of the year. It's the last month, so let me know how you did in 2023 with your reading, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.